In the midst of the intro, Kyle disappeared. So I don't know what's going on there, and I don't know how to do this. Oh, he's back. What a relief. What the heck was that, Kyle?
I was stuck on the thing. I didn't even get to the fun song.
That was terrifying. We're all ready for the
It
show, about
kicked
three
me
seconds
out.
to go, and Kyle is gone. And I can't do this by myself. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Disney Morning Show talking about what's going on in the world of Disney with you. My name is Doobie Mosley, co founder of Laughing Place, and the indispensable one, Kyle Burbank, our managing editor. Morning,
Hello.
Kyle. Did you enjoy trivia last night?
I did. That was fun. I completely sucked on the first quiz. I think I got a total of 2 or 3. But then the second one I did better, but still not great.
We
I
had
think I was top
Lucas.
5, and
Oh,
there was one that I really should have gotten that I.
what was your name in them? Do you remember?
The second one I was the Dayton, Ohio Jones.
That was hilarious.
Because he had Disneyana in it, so that made me think of Dayton Disneyana, and then I'm like, oh, Ohio's next to Indiana, so that's fun.
All right. Yeah, yesterday on Disney Trivia Live, we had Mike Celestino. He guest co-hosted.
Yeah, and
That'll stop
he
after a few
did
more.
both of them as himself.
Yeah, which was great. He is great as himself, but he booked such good guests. But it was still great. One was all Indiana Jones films, and the other, that's the last one, I promise. And the other was Indiana Jones, mostly in the park, but also in other things like The Simpsons and stuff. Good job as always, Mike. Fun
Yeah, I
having him.
think
Tori.
actually, I think I might have got more than 2 because ironically, I got the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull questions correct because they were like a lot easier. So if you've like seen or heard of that film, you got them correct. So that was kind of fun.
And his wife finished second in one of the quizzes, which to me is a little bit sus, but he says they kept it on the up and up.
No more suspicious than the colluders.
The we need to. The colluders
Clean
need to be
house.
kicked out, and then Geo. I don't know how, but somehow Geo is cheating. And oh,
I
in
was
my old
trying
age,
to because we
actually
switched to the
watching.
new you switched to the new system for like to get better quality. I did turn on Facebook and it was slightly ahead for a second, but it felt like it would kind of like wave, like you'd feel it
Okay.
slowed down, normal and speed back up. But what I did was I did picture in picture, and so I had the YouTube up, but I put the Facebook video over the YouTube one, and so I could still chat and stuff. But then I gave that up when I realized that they were like the same.
I love that they're in sync. That's a good thing. Mike Celestino is actually in the audience today, which is
Gonna have
rare.
to do a new rules video where you're like, go ahead, watch on Facebook, but come chat on YouTube.
That's right. I didn't even think about that. You're right. So, hi, Mike. Good morning. I'm sure you're quite busy after the Hasbro thing this morning, but if you're not and you want to talk Hasbro Live with us, you know how to come in here. We'd love to have you. Good morning to Rich Ostry. Always nice to see you. Really appreciate your support. And good morning to LP Rebecca, who I heard was sleeping in this morning, but apparently got up in time for this show. Okay, let's start the day the way we start every day with a look at the moolah. Actually, before I do that, one more detail thing. I always lament how small, when we do detail, we have to do kind of picture in picture with Mike, and I'm like, I wish he was just a little bit bigger. I forgot, I can design these things now. I didn't think about that till after the show. So, next time, next time. All right. How's the stock doing, Kyle?
Uh, Down.
I believe it was 88 yesterday, maybe 89. You're wrong. I don't want
I
to say
think it
it's
was
up.
89 yesterday, but I
Okay,
don't
then
know. If
it's
only you
down.
had a sheet where you could document these things.
About to do it, but then I'm not going to be here the next 2 days anyway. What do I care? All right, that's a look at the stock, and I want to talk. All right, Mike, I'm going to send you a link, and whenever you're ready, come on, and we'll get you in here. We only have to do Ethan, of course, but then we'll have you on to talk whatever you want to talk about. All right, let's get to Ethan. He has his own intro.
Good day to you and yours. Welcome to the Wednesday edition of the LP Disney Weather Update. You know, I used to think maybe you loved me now, baby, I'm sure. And I just can't wait till the day when you knock on my door. Now every time I go for the mailbox, gotta hold myself down. Cause I just can't wait till you write me you're coming around. I'm walking on sunshine, woo. I'm walking on sunshine, woo. I'm walking on sunshine, woo. And don't it feel good? Sunshine indeed. Let's get to the weather. Anaheim is once again gunning to be Kyle's pick of the day with a high of just 74 and a low of 64 today. Walt Disney World will start off mostly cloudy, followed by potential isolated thunderstorms in the early afternoon. More widespread storms are also expected in the evening, which will cool things off from the 91-degree high that will feel more like 101. Speaking of storms, Castaway Cay is seeing scattered showers now but will be partly cloudy afterward. Their 86-degree high that feels like 95 seems up Doobie's Island Alley. Disneyland Paris is sunny and 70.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I did that, and I'm so sorry. Tell you what, we're gonna get Ethan. We're gonna have Ethan do the weather all again later. Doobie completely blew that. I thought I could safely switch my hands without killing the video. I was wrong.
We got to hear the song. That's the most important part, and we got the part that anyone watching might actually go to.
Yeah. So we'll do the whole thing later because Ethan put in his time. But right now, I don't think we've ever had Mike's proper. We've had him on the show, but we've never had his proper intro on the show because it's not in the brand. So I would like to introduce Mike Celestino.
Do you feel that there's a lot of upward mobility in the Muppets organization?
Star Wars crochet finger puppets. Wow, real raptor.
I had a Scooter action figure when I was very young, like 4 or 5 years old. A little Scooter action figure, and my dog chewed it all up. Hi everyone, it's Mike Celestino with Laughing Place.
Good morning, Mike.
Good morning. Is my sound okay?
It's serviceable.
I plugged in the wrong microphone, so I might sound weird.
You sound a little weird, but we can understand you, so we can live with it.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to say, like, I got up a little earlier than usual this morning. I did the Hasbro, I have a long commute from my bedroom to my office, and did the Hasbro live stream, and they announced a bunch of really cool looking new Indiana Jones figures from Last Crusade, and I'm super psyched about it. It's like nothing really changes my mood. I was a little groggy, but I'm super psyched about these new figures.
Well, let's get into them then. I assume this is among the stuff you tweeted?
Yeah.
So, what do we got here? You tell me when to stop.
Yeah, start at the top there. Go up a few. So, First of all, this is Indiana Jones as he appears in Last Crusade, the third movie. The big difference is he's got a tie. So that's
one I'm not. A different school.
And it works at a different school. That one I'm not super excited about, but I will get it for reasons we'll talk about later. And then you've got the leading lady from Last Crusade, Dr. Elsa Schneider, which is cool. I have not released her in action figure form before. And this one I'm super excited about. This is the Grail Knight from the end of the movie. Just an amazing looking figure. And finally, he comes with the actual Holy Grail. They haven't put that out yet. And then this is Sean Connery's character, who hasn't been released in this scale before. Dr. Henry Jones Sr., amazing looking figure. And this is going to be from the new movie, Mads Mikkelsen's character, Dr. Voller. And then there's one more figure from Dial of Destiny. This is Antonio Banderas's character, Ronaldo. But all 5 of those, is it 5 figures or 6?
It was 6.
6, yeah. If you buy all 6 of those figures that just got announced today, you can build the Grail table from the end of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, this is what I was most excited about. I just love how they do this kind of thing. So you got to get all 6 of them to put this thing together. But I just think it looks so cool, and all the little different versions of the false grails there, and the Donovan figure that came out previously has the other false grail that he drinks from. Plus the Grail Knight comes with the real grail. That's going to be pretty sweet. I'm super excited about that.
Yeah, we've done one of these with it was the Thor Love and Thunder ones where you got to build Korg if you bought all of them. So we went on Entertainment Earth and purchased. They sold them as a set. You could just buy it that way. So that's exactly what we did.
Oh. What else is in the stream this morning that give people a reason to go and watch it? I'm sure it's available for rewatch on Hasbro YouTube.
After they did, you can watch it on the Hasbro Pulse YouTube channel. But after they did all the announcements, there was an interview with Marion, Karen Allen, and Sala, John Rhys Davies, talking about their experiences on the movies, but mostly talking about the action figures. I was wondering, I feel like they must be paid to do this kind of thing because it is like very promotional for the figures. Like they're mostly talking about the toys. So
I hear they did save a little money by overdubbing John Rhys Davies' voice on this.
Yeah. It sounded like he was actually talking, but they did, if you click on those next pictures, they did get to, like, John Rhys Davies was laughing about the term unbox, which I guess he had not encountered before. But the guy from Hasbro interviewing him was using a lot of industry jargon from the toy industry. But yeah, it's just fun to see them with the toys.
Have you ever got an action figure done of yourself, Mike?
Actually, yeah. Tori last year for Christmas got me a Lodico. It's a big one. It's like a 12-inch, more of like a doll type figure. But they got the color of the jacket wrong when they made it. We're still waiting for them to correct that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But are you going to do the Tron thing when you go to Walt Disney World next?
I don't think so. I'm not a big Tron guy. Hasbro's doing them now where you can get your face on a Ghostbuster. And that one I kind of thought about.
I have my friend made this for me. It's not a real supposed to be me, but she just took other doll and just kind of customized it to make it look like my outfit on Glee.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I have my satchel because I'd always have a messenger bag, and then I have a hoodie like that.
So as an extra, was there anything actually in that bag?
Well, for me, I had a laptop in there because I wanted to work when I was sitting and holding.
That's cool. You're allowed to bring your own laptop on set as an extra?
Yeah. You're not gonna like take it out and do it on set unless they need you to for some reason. But yeah,
cool. I know. Secrecy and all that. No recording devices, but I guess not the case.
I'll take out your phone and stuff like that.
What else you got going on? What else you got going on, Mike? Any big events coming up or anything?
Yeah, well, Wednesday is comic book reviews for me, so I'll be going to comic shop at 11. But right now I'm going to write up that Indiana Jones, the toy announcements. Then tomorrow is a big Disneyland day with a media preview of the Rogers the Musical show at California Adventure.
When is the actual performance? Do you know approximately?
I think it's around noon.
Okay. And we do anticipate getting a full video of that and putting it up for people who don't mind being spoiled, right?
Yeah, we are allowed to record video, so I will be doing that.
Awesome. I'm so looking forward to that. Some cast members had some previews yesterday. I've seen just a little bit on social, not a lot that I'm going to talk about in a minute, but lots of enthusiasm. So really looking forward to Rogers the Musical media preview tomorrow, released to the full public on Friday. Looking forward to Mike detailing everything he just read about on, just saw on the Hasbro Pulse stream. Sorry.
Yeah.
And so thanks a lot for joining us, Mike.
Thank you. Yeah, the lesson for today is nothing really changes my mood for the better than toy announcements. That's the big thing that makes me really happy.
Really, I'm looking behind you. I would not have guessed you were a fan of toys. That is great. Thanks, Mike. We'll talk to you later. Oops, sorry.
So, Doobie, I was just thinking. We have breaking news. We have. As soon as Doobie stops laughing and actually pulls them up.
Your acting is top notch, Kyle.
New posters. Today, tickets are on sale for Disney's The Haunted Mansion, including at El Capitan. They've released some character posters. So Here we have the actor's name is Keith something. It was up there, and I forgot it.
This is Lakeith Stanfield. Yes. This is the son, it says, for his character, I guess. And we have Rosario Dawson. I feel like I'm missing some here. Let's go back.
There's a couple. So there's one on this one, but there's two on the next one.
Okay.
Rosario Dawson. And then you can use the arrow. Chase Dillon.
There, I'm trying to do my Chase Dillon.
That's a good Chase Dillon.
Yeah.
Danny DeVito.
They're character posters. They just list the actors. And then anyway.
These are supposed to be like tarot cards, it looks like.
Yeah.
And then the swords. Wow. Owen Wilson.
I did not know you did an Owen Wilson.
That is Jamie Lee Curtis, I guess.
Yes, it is. And
it looks kind of like she's got such accoutrement. And that's Tiffany Haddish.
Let's do that accoutrement. Okay.
Because like, if you just look at like the face, it kind of looks a little bit like Nicole Kidman to me.
Not me. All right.
Okay. And that is
Haunted Hansawait, I believe is her name. Yes,
yep.
Indeed. So there we go. Nothing we like more than a brand new poster here. Always gets the breaking news treatment, even if Kyle has to pretend like he was about to say something and then hit the button himself. Let's see what else. So I mentioned Rogers the Musical, so why don't we go ahead and just take a look. Like I said, cast member previews yesterday. I do not know if, clearly some of them are tweeting, so they're allowed to do some tweeting. I don't think there was recording allowed, but it felt like a social embargo had lifted. So wonderful choreography, some good cheese, some great laughs, and yes, even some emotional moments. I can't wait for you all of you to see this starting on Friday. I can do this all day. What does that mean?
You're not up on your memedom? You don't visit AMC theaters enough?
Sorry.
No, it's a quote from the pre-show that they it's Nicole Kidman. She does the thing for AMC theaters that people love. They even did a whole sketch about it.
Remember the last time I went to an AMC theater? They're not really around here very much. This one says, all I'm going to say is Rogers the Musical was a lot of fun and much better than Frozen. Poor Frozen. I can see this staying much longer than limited run. And one more for you. Rogers the Musical was a blast. Today was the cast member preview. The show has great music, fantastic choreography, and the script is phenomenal and funny. We all gave them a standing ovation. So.
Oh, that's very rare these days, as we've discussed. It's very hard to coax an audience into a standing ovation.
Yeah, what we didn't find out is how long they stood, because that's ultimately what matters. But lots of excitement over this.
At the cast preview, but Mike Celestino will be there on Thursday, and we will give him a stopwatch.
He has to
say we'll tell him to download the app, which he already has the app because it's just the clock app.
He absolutely has to time the standing ovation. I expect tomorrow people to be really excited for it. I'm really looking forward to Friday. I think people are going to love it, but the cast is definitely going to love it. I think the media is going to love it. I want to see what the real guests think. High hopes. I'm sure it'll be well received, but will it be extreme? Just absolute boffo level. Very excited to find out. All right. In Wheel of Fortune news, Kyle, you are a designated game show reporter.
Yeah, as some of you might know, a couple months ago, Ryan Seacrest stepped away from his gig at Live, and I was a little worried about him. He doesn't have very many jobs, but thankfully he's landing on his feet. He's found another gig. He is going to, once Pat Sajak retires at the end of next season, apparently Ryan Seacrest is stepping in and will be hosting Wheel of Fortune. I am honestly not, I don't know if I'm surprised that this is the pick. I would have sworn, in fact, I think I did, either on this show or another one, that they would have done the guest host thing because it worked well for Jeopardy. Like, their ratings were really good through that entire period. So I thought they were going to stretch this out. And I guess that is not the direction they're going. Maybe because of how the guest host thing with Jeopardy initially ended. And maybe that's why. But yeah, I'm still very surprised they didn't try it.
I love this pick as a Wheel of Fortune fan and a huge Pat Sajak fan. And I like Ryan Seacrest. He's just it's not all about him. He's a good host. I think I liked him on American Idol back in the day. I think it's a good choice. He's young enough to do this for another 30 years. He's done this before with Dick Clark's Rockin' New Year's Eve, stepped in for an icon. So I think it's a great choice. And hopefully Wheel of Fortune can continue for another 45 decades and keep this thing going.
You didn't want Brian Dunkelman to host?
I did not want Dunkelman. You know, I'm old enough to remember, what was it, daytime Wheel of Fortune, when they had another host. I remember Rolf Benerschke used to host it, a former football kicker. This was probably back in the 80s, so yeah, I'm looking forward to this.
McAfee's not the first kicker to like.
No, I can't remember. Rolf Benerschke, I think he was a kicker, and McAfee's a punter.
I know,
So,
I
the distinction
know the
with
difference, but I'm just like they're equally as dispensable. And
wow.
No,
Rolf
I'm saying they're
Benerschke-
not like.
Rolf Benerschke is a great story. He almost died, before he became a football player. He had some major thing with him. I mean, and then yeah, I don't know why I remember that, but Rolf Benerschke always sticks out of my mind. Wheel of Fortune. I feel like they had other hosts back in the day. I know they had some before Sajak, but even on the other run, that there was some other hosts. The only person that would have been a better choice than Ryan Seacrest would have been Steve Harvey, because in the perfect world, Steve Harvey hosts every game show, and I just never stop laughing. So can you imagine him doing Jeopardy? Someone gives a dumb answer, and he just stops everything and gives him that Steve Harvey look, and yeah.
They should have had Keenan host, because Keenan hosts so many fake game shows on SNL that I feel like he's ready for a real one at some point.
All right, it is Wednesday. Chuck W. is Chuck? Who's Chuck? Oh, Chuck Woolery. There you go, Chuck W.
Love connection.
It is Wednesday, and unlike yesterday, we do have some streaming picks. So, but before we do, Monday's streaming pick, whatever streaming pick was, I'm a celebrity. Who am I related to? What's it called?
Called Claim to Fame.
Claim to Fame. Did you see episode 1 yet?
So I did not, but I found out a bit of what happens thanks to a Variety headline.
Oh my goodness, what an epic meltdown. It was great. So episode 1, the lady who gets found out, I won't run it for you.
I already know. It's fine.
Everyone knows.
Rebecca says
Everyone
no.
knows.
So
No, I'm not going to say it, but everyone knows. The person, I won't even say the lady, even though I already did. The person who gets kicked off just goes on an epic rant that has to embarrass her celebrity relative.
well, not as much as that celebrity's son, perhaps.
And it's not a small celebrity. This is a big time celebrity. At first I'm like, this rant is kind of silly. And they're like, actually, she's got some anger in there. I kind of like this. And then it just goes up to 11 and pretty awesome.
There was one last year. I haven't seen this one yet, but there was one last year that was also went out in a blaze of glory.
And then I called my shot. There's one on there that as soon as I saw him, I said, Donny Osmond. So I'm waiting to see if I'm right, but that's my bum fights for.
Did you see last year at all?
No.
So there was one where the entire time they knew that the girl looked exactly like her. Wow, I just lost the girl's name, but the really famous gymnast more recently.
Oh, Simone Biles?
Yeah, looks exactly like her. It's her sister. And they all know it, but then the strategy is to keep her around so that they have an easy target when they need it. But yeah, so there's some fun stuff like that. We're like, yeah, we know, but we're not going to just do that yet. Thank you, Mac.
That's cool. I know my gymnast, Mike C., in the privacy of Slack, has let me know the show tomorrow is actually at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. So we should do we do recap write-ups of those?
We haven't.
I mean, it's not like there's actual scripted shows being done right now. This might be a good time to start one of those. It's a good show. Pretty funny. The Jonas Brothers are great hosts, especially Bonus Jonas. It's a fun show.
Do they have the art thing on the wall again where they have
yes.
like okay.
Oh, and that's what I want to talk about it, but I don't want to spoil it. So
There's
okay,
some red herrings potentially too.
I won't. But the art thing on the wall was a dead giveaway for her celebrity. For their celebrity. I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to say if it was male or female. For their celebrity. And it was funny because she tries to throw people off because it's just so obvious. And yeah, it would be fun to chat about. I agree. not a bad show. I wish I had watched it last season. I don't know who won. I know nothing about last season, so I feel like I should just go back and watch it.
Available on Hulu.
Yeah. All right. But the reason I bring this up is it is Wednesday, and on Wednesdays we talk about what's streaming, thanks to our laughing place, What's New This Week, TV, streaming, and theaters. So let's take a look of what's good for Wednesday. There's a link if you want to read it on your own, because I'm just giving my choices. First up, we've got Disney Gallery Star Wars The Mandalorian, the Making of Season 3 special on Disney+. Go check that out.
Hopefully it actually arrived. It looks like it did. Good.
It did arrive, yes. Did I? Let's put this up there. It did arrive. I went and checked on Disney+.
Can you check to see if the assembled Ant-Man is there yet?
Sure. Let's not do that screen, but assembled. I can't spell. I see assembled, but I don't see Ant-Man.
I guess it. Yeah, that was supposed to come out like a couple weeks ago.
So that's what's streaming on Disney+. Obviously, episode 2 of Secret Invasion as well. That's the big thing. But most importantly, streaming this week, debuting today on Apple Plus. If we need recaps of this one, I volunteer. We have Hijack, which I am so looking forward to. Apparently, I know nothing about it.
Jack.
Yeah, okay. I know nothing about it because I don't want to say spoiled. I don't know if it has good early reviews or anything, but one of my favorite actors, Idris Elba, takes place on an airplane, which is an automatic for Doobie, told in real time, which, wow, another automatic for Doobie. So I'm really, really, really excited to check this out today. Hijack, first 2 episodes, now on Apple Plus. And man, what a embarrassment of riches we have today is on Netflix debuting today. We've got Muscles and Mayhem, an unauthorized story of American gladiators, a Netflix limited series. We saw the 30 for 30 on this on ESPN, and now we've got right at the same time kind of Fire Festival type Muscles and Mayhem going up against it. So excited for this. Love the gladiators back in the day.
This is the infamous to 30 for 30's Capote, or the the Bugs Life to the Ants, or the Deep Impact to the Armageddon.
Yes, the Fire Festival to the other one whose name I can't remember. Yeah, so it's a great day to be watching streaming. Makes up for yesterday, which had nothing to recommend. Go check those out. I see our CEO is down.
Are you going to download that Hijack show and watch it on your flight tomorrow?
I am not going to watch Hijack on the airplane. I do have a little bit more respect for other people. A little bit. Other than that, I thought about it. Believe me, I thought about it. Yeah, see, the one on 30 for 30, the Gladiator special on 30 for 30 was a lot of into the backstage intrigue and a lot of stuff with the founding and stuff. This one does seem to be more just the fun with a lot of the gladiators in it, because it was an epic time in American history. All I've got left today, unless something is dropped, is this day in Disney history. I see our CEO is down there.
You don't want to talk about the thing that our thumbnail is?
Remind me what our thumbnail is.
It's tomorrow.
Goodness, I skipped over that at the beginning and forgot to go back.
Well, I interrupted you with breaking poster news, so it's understandable.
Go for it, Kyle.
Yeah, so yesterday I was looking on some of my favorite financial sites, one of them being The Points Guy, and I saw there was an interview with Josh D'Amaro. I'm like, well, let me skim this real quick. And I saw that they asked him about the future of the Star Cruiser after it closes in September, and he said, no hints yet, but something will happen. And I was like, well, that's kind of interesting. So that's all we know, but like kind of as we expected, they're not just going to let this space sit there. We don't know what to do. I don't know if that means that they'll use the actual like what's in there now, or just use the footprint of it. No idea, but I thought that was interesting.
Very interesting. I'm glad you caught that. And after you caught that, it started to spread around. But Kyle was on top of it. Ben, did you want to say anything today? Or just hanging out?
I wish people could have seen that.
How you doing, Ben?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. You getting excited
For the indie news today?
for your upcoming voyage?
Oh, that's like I got so much to do before that. So no.
That's all right. I'd be excited about that for like months and months. And Ben's like, I got time. I don't need to think about that yet.
When I start packing. So maybe like 10 o'clock the night before. That's when you start to get gas. We're always so busy here. Like you're about to leave.
I leave tomorrow morning. Yeah, I should tell people where I'm going. I'm going to Essence Fest in New Orleans. Disney is a major sponsor of that. They've got a lot of events planned, so I'm going to be covering Disney at Essence Fest this weekend. So never been to New Orleans in my life, and then twice in a month. That's how life works here at LP. When you pack, are you going to use the bag that they sent you so that you have the same bag as everyone else on the flight?
You're supposed to. So you're allowed to bring one bag that's your own, and then that bag for whatever reason. And they said there's some sort of like process for it, so you do. I
Really
did look up how much that bag is.
Yeah.
I would never buy that bag.
Technically, you did.
I mean, on my own.
Okay. It's not free. It's included.
I know,
Not the
but
same thing.
like, you almost wish it was like give me the $50 bag, and
All right. Now I need to know, how much was the bag?
it's like $1,000.
Oh my goodness! For a suitcase?
And the backpack.
What was the brand? What was the brand?
Tumi. T-U-M-I.
Tumi. So he did an unboxing or an opening of all his ABD gifts leading up to the Around the World trip next month. So you can check that out on his YouTube channel. And when you do, now you know that bag cost more.
Isn't American Tourister the official luggage of Disney?
I don't know if it is anymore because,
Not. We have a scandal.
Yeah, I thought it was American Tourister. I just assumed it was, and then I was like, that was $1,000. And to me, that makes more sense.
Put that in articles to do because we got a scandal brewing if they are still the official luggage.
Oh, it's just okay.
What you got?
More.
Maybe it's a Walt
content
Disney World.
That Ben?
It's from Hulu. Alaska Daily and The Company You Keep, which were both canceled after one season of Hulu. They're going to be removed next month. They're removing Angie Tribeca, Blind Spot, The Detour, The Last Ship. So that stuff that's already been taken off. So yeah, that content binge is not over. I know Paramount Plus just removed some stuff too. So
Wow. It still hurts. Samsonite is the third
it's like I gotta go on my. I would love it if all content lived forever, but I think back to 3 Network Day when like a show that you might have fallen in love with that got canceled, like it never existed anywhere else. You just had to remember it. You're lucky if like it actually like anyone else remembered it besides you. So.
But to be fair, since the 80s, you have had the option to keep a show forever if you wished. You could put in a VCR and record the show.
Sure.
And that is, while there are obviously some workarounds that more or less work, that is no longer an option.
You can't connect a VCR to your TV to record your streaming show?
No, you can't. I don't know of any way to do that.
There
is some software that kind of lets you do it, but it's certainly not within the licensing rules, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, yada, yada, yada. So really, there's no way to do it anymore. So it's been a while. It's been since the 70s since you couldn't keep a show you love forever. And obviously since the 90s or so, pretty much everything decent has come out on DVD and then streaming. So it's an adjustment.
It just would be nice. It would be nice if, everyone would just put it for sale, because that would be different. You wouldn't have to, because then you have the straight revenue from it. And then, that way, at least if you had an option, even if it's at like some, I don't want to say stupid price, but like more than it should be priced, at least then you have the option.
I think if they made it for sale, if they gave you a physical copy you could buy whenever they remove something, the outcry would be infinitely less. I remember once I bought something on Amazon, not on Amazon Prime streaming. I bought it, I owned it, and then they still lost the rights to it, and I didn't have it anymore. And they refunded me, but I no longer had it. That blew me away that was a possibility.
I'm sending you an email right now as we speak.
Okay. Probably not the AT&T thing at Essence Fest.
No.
So we still have this day in Disney history coming up. It's a short one today, folks, but short but important. I will say that. I predict Kyle will get both of them. Or two, and you'll get both.
What do you send? Is this the Indiana Jones thing you sent us?
Yes.
We already talked about that.
Okay, then never mind.
Yeah, we had Mike on today.
Oh, okay.
He joined us. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and do
you
this.
Want a cuteness alert? I got a cuteness alert.
Okay, what do you got?
A baby zebra makes Savannah debut.
A foal.
It'd probably just easier if I
named it Nick. I'm just kidding.
Share my screen, which I can do.
Where did it debut? Disneyland Paris?
Yeah. It's actually.
Yeah, it's got a perfect British accent too.
Settings.
We could talk, but I just allow this to happen.
Yeah, you just can't make it look smooth because that would be too hard.
I mean, there he goes. It's here. We're done. We're done vamping. Oh, which one's the baby? The smaller one? Fun fact: they're black with white stripes.
Okay.
It's cute.
Does he have a name yet, or she?
Yes, it is Cricket. Mom is.
Yeah, that's what we're hearing. Crickets.
Oh, there's actually another zebra.
There's two right there.
That's why it's.
No, that's the mommy. No, okay. This is Dot.
It's striped. What are you talking about?
What? It's really good for trying to help.
Kyle is on a roll. Did they really name a zebra Dot?
Yeah. What's the
named after Dot's pretzels?
I mean, I know you want to show it, but does it look much different than the other zebra?
Well, this one is.
Oh, it does. He's cute. Wow. At what point, Benji, do they tell him they're a zebra?
I like animals that look like optical illusions.
Worth the wait.
And I believe you might be able to spot these now if you go on the Kilimanjaro Safari.
Does it bother you at all that the word "kill" is in Kilimanjaro Safari?
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
I like that we broke the news before Parks blog. So
really,
even though we got it from the Parks blog, I'm not quite sure how that works.
Well, get it up though. Don't wait for the Parks blog. Let's make sure you put that up with high priority and to do.
Also, you missed a streaming pick for today.
What? What did I miss?
You can't be serious. You cannot be serious. It is McEnroe's place.
That's debuting today? Is that in our streaming pick article?
No, because we didn't know it was debuting today until today.
Okay. That's fair. I still should have caught it. So this is like Peyton's Places?
Yep.
Except with Jim McEnroe.
In episode 1, McEnroe meets up with Peyton Manning to explain why the tennis is the greatest sport in the world.
That's just great. I love that Peyton started this whole franchise, the Places franchise. And,
I like how even in this, like, obviously, drawn or, painted Drew Struzman's type picture of John McEnroe, he included the, like, Miami's Blanche Devereaux boyfriend necklace thing going on.
Okay. All right. Let us get out of here with this day in Disney history, and then we will move along with the rest of our lives. And let you do the same. Where the heck is it? All right, Kyle. On this day in 1910, so this person is no longer with us.
Okay.
An extremely important Imagineer was born. Extremely important. And you may not know his face, but you know his work. We all know his work. I mean, at least in the early days of Disneyland, it did not get more important than this. Who is this Imagineer?
Benji, go ahead.
No. Come on, Kyle. You can do this. You know who hates that you confuse Lance Armstrong and John McEnroe? John McEnroe. No one needs to be confused with Lance.
That's very weird.
And
we should go back to this picture. Now you can tell the difference. There's 3.
Careful. Careful. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We will be back tomorrow. I won't be back ever anymore because someone has
identical there.
crossed the line. So far across the line. I am not happy with this. Kyle, any idea who this is?
I only know because someone tweeted it.
I sure know the name, but
it is. I'm going to show you some artwork. Now do you know?
The guy that did the first map.
Yes.
Herb Ryman.
Yes. Way to go, Kyle. I knew you'd get both of these today. There's Herb Ryman. Hard at work. Not a lot of pictures of Herb himself. He was definitely not someone to put himself out there, but his artwork is so well known. He's got a tree in Disneyland. Who else gets a tree in Disneyland?
Ray Bradbury, ironically.
And funnily enough, Bradbury and Ryman's tree are the same height, so they had to put them. Do you know that story is so not true about the soap guy sending? That's not true.
You are correct. That is not true.
That is a made-up story.
That's the flaming hot of Disneyland.
It exactly is that, yeah. And on this day, the only reason that's somewhat forgivable is it's Lance Armstrong. And he is not a good person. All right, on this day in 1988, something opened at Walt Disney World.
1988?
1988.
Well...
Something, so not an attraction.
Well, yeah, it feels like...
Correct.
It feels like if it was an attraction, he would say the park.
Well, that's why I'm just...
It's not an attraction. It's not a show. It's something. And I don't want to be more specific than that.
Is it in
1988. Come on, Kyle. Don't answer, Ben. I want to help Kyle. Hope you... 10 years ago. Yes, I did, Rebecca. Please remind me.
1988. Mariah Carey hair. Very rare. Mom jeans on our derriere.
Okay, I will give you a hint. San Diego.
The Chargers. San Diego.
That's a hint.
Well, my first thing is that there's something with a whale. That can't be right. I don't know. Go ahead.
No. We'll give you another hint.
All right.
Kyle dropping some Macklemore. Hotel.
Okay. San Diego, though. So, like, beach club?
All right, go ahead, Benji. Never mind. This ain't happening.
No?
Technically, it's not San Diego, but it's near San Diego.
Oh, my goodness.
La Jolla?
Coronado.
Oh, Coronado. Springs.
Wow.
Resort.
No, it's Grand Floridian.
Grand Floridian. This hotel looks identical to the hotel. It was modeled after the Hotel del
You
Coronado.
could have said Beach Boys.
You could have. Do you not know about the connection between that hotel and San Diego?
No.
Really?
No, I didn't think that the Grand Floridian was themed to.
Well, you are about to find out that it is. Open image, a new tab. You tell me, Kyle. Grand Floridian or Hotel del Coronado? Exactly. What?
Yeah, because that bridge is right next to the Magic Kingdom.
Rebecca, can you send me that link? I can't copy and paste from the chat. I've been to this hotel one time.
Really? I've never been to the Hotel del Coronado.
One time I went to an event there. Okay, so I did, I
So
skipped
it's
this
the
one.
Coronado and not just of Coronado because it's Del and not De.
My Spanish is not what it should be. this did debut 10 years ago today, and yes, Rebecca, I did skip it, and apparently I shouldn't have. I apologize. What was at the time the new Mickey Mouse debuted in this short in service, which apparently was filmed at the Hotel del Coronado. This is when we got to know Mickey and Donald and all the friends looking like this. 10 years ago today, thank you for bringing it up. Oh, I've been twice because we had lunch there and you told me you had been there before. Okay.
Have you ever been to the Mission Hotel in Riverside? Or we're just talking about hotels?
Been to the, you know where I'm going to go, and I'm going on an adventure by Disney next month in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Mm-hmm. Apparently, Jackson Hole, Wyoming is a very expensive place to stay in July because you have to get there by a certain time, and there's no flights arriving at that time. So I had to arrive the previous night and find a hotel for that night, and it is so much money. Like a Motel 6 is like $300.
Wow.
But they'll leave a light on for you.
Well, I feel like they will just give it to someone else if I don't arrive in time pretty quickly. And take both our money. That's our show today, folks. I hope you saw it live because you may not be able to see it on replay. Well, we'll see. I will not see you tomorrow or Friday. I hope Kyle does a show. We've got a foodie guide on there. Do a foodie guide with Rebecca tomorrow or Friday if you can.
We'll see. I have to look at the staff schedule and see if it's even possible.
But otherwise, I will be back on Monday. No trivia this Saturday. I'm going to be back later today, Kyle. Tell them why.
Because we're doing Zacks of Live. We're going to be discussing the second episode of Secret Invasion, and Doobie will be our guest for our draft, and it's going to be a very fun draft. We, inspired by what we did one time before for the Christmas holiday, we assigned each other a Christmas movie that we had to recast 4 roles using was just Marvel actors. And we're going to do that with patriotic movies. So I will be selecting what movie Doobie needs to recast.
Have you chosen one yet?
I have a few options because there might be some overlap, and so I might need to pivot.
So you have to go before me because I'm hoping you choose what I plan to choose for Mac, which Mac suggested I choose for him.
When I was looking at patriotic options, there was one that jumped out to me.
Please choose the one you know I want to have for me. But otherwise, Mac will get it.
If it's a movie.
Movie? It's a movie of sorts. So I'm going to choose it for Mac if you don't choose it for me because I want to discuss this on the air. I just see Florida Division of Emergency Management. Dangerously hot and humid conditions in Florida.
That's kind of... we didn't play Ethan. We didn't finish playing Ethan.
Oh, all right. Let's finish that. Go ahead, Kyle. Yes.
Yeah, so yes, it's going to be very hot and humid, and there's storms today in Florida, but not severe storms. But anyway, we're going to play Ethan, and then we're going to see you all later. So I might be back tomorrow, maybe not. Bye.
Good day to you and yours. Welcome to the Wednesday edition of the LP Disney Weather Update. You know, I used to think maybe you loved me now, baby, I'm sure. And I just can't wait till the day when you knock on my door. Now every time I go for the mailbox, gotta hold myself down, 'cause I just can't wait till you write me you're coming around. I'm walking on sunshine, woo. I'm walking on sunshine, woo. I'm walking on sunshine, woo. And don't it feel good? Sunshine indeed. Let's get to the weather. Anaheim is once again gunning to be Kyle's pick of the day with a high of just 74 and a low of 64 today. Walt Disney World will start off mostly cloudy, followed by potential isolated thunderstorms in the early afternoon. More widespread storms are also expected in the evening, which will cool things off from the 91-degree high that will feel more like 101. Speaking of storms, Castaway Cay is seeing scattered showers now but will be partly cloudy afterward. Their 86-degree high that feels like 95 seems up Doobie's Island Alley. Disneyland Paris is sunny and 77 now and will see a partly clear night with a low of 68. Tokyo will see mostly sunny conditions tomorrow and experience a heat index in the mid-90s. Shanghai will hit an on-paper high of 95 that feels like 110 tomorrow, followed by thunderstorms in the mid-afternoon and through the night. Sounds like a no-fun day. Finally, Hong Kong will be mostly overcast tomorrow and barely break a triple-digit heat index. Surprisingly, the park should stay dry, although there is a low-end chance of some showers. Well, that does it for this Wednesday edition of the Disney Weather Report. This might well also cap off the week, but we'll need to wait and see. So I'll see you soon, or I won't. Either way, bye for now.